Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa. The story of resurgent and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel. Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa.
Hello, I'm Gamachisa Mandida, your news host for this hour. Join us as we bring you the newest stories and updates from Africa. First, Kenya. President William Ruto's unveiling of the Mau Forest Complex Integrated Conservation and Livelihood Improvement Program underscores Kenya's commitment to reforestation, ecosystem restoration and community-driven climate action. His emphasis on a whole-of-society approach, bringing together government, private sector and local communities, mirrors Ethiopia's Great Legacy Initiative, which similarly mobilizes multi-sectoral efforts to plant billions of trees, restore degraded landscapes and promote sustainable livelihoods. Both programs recognize that restoring vital water catchments and forests not only mitigates climate change by sequestering carbon and conserving biodiversity, but also enhances water security and food production for millions. These parallel efforts highlight a regional and continental recognition that integrated community-based conservation strategies are essential for Africa's climate resilience. By fostering eco-friendly income-generating activities, both nations are demonstrating how climate mitigation can go hand in hand with socio-economic development, setting a powerful example for broader global climate action. The G20 Empowerment of Women Working Group on Monday convened its fourth technical meeting in South Africa, calling for intensified efforts to finalize a ministerial declaration on women's empowerment. Addressing participants, Mikateko Maluleke, chairperson of the G20 Empowerment of Women Working Group, said the meeting seeks to conclude negotiations on the Empowerment of Women Ministerial Declaration, which is expected to be adopted by ministers on October 31st. This is critical not only for all women in the G20 countries, but for all women in the Global South and Global North, she said, adding, "We have all been engaging in the three versions of the Ministerial Declaration through robust engagements," said Maluleke. The chairperson stressed that reaching the agreement would translate the hard work, dedication and compromises reached by all delegations from its conception in India in 2023. Maluleke added that while significant progress had been made in the negotiations over the past 3 months, further efforts were still needed to finalize the declaration. The G20 Empowerment of Women Working Group was established to advance gender equality and promote women's economic participation across G20 member states and beyond.
This is Africa, the cradle of humanity, the frontier of the future, a land of visionaries, creators and pioneers, a continent of unstoppable energy where innovation meets tradition, where voices rise, loud and fearless.
I am an African.
This is the heartbeat of 1 billion people, diverse, bold, united by a single purpose to tell our own stories in our own way. No borders, no barriers, no filters. A new era of African storytelling is here. From every corner of the continent, from the bustling cities to the quiet villages, we tell Africa's story by Africans for the world. This is the land of a rising Africa, where Africa speaks and the world listens. This is why today we bring you POA, Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa.
The government of Sao Tome and Principe, in collaboration with the Food and Agriculture Organization FAO, has launched an innovative digital platform to empower farmers by enabling them to promote and sell their products more effectively. This initiative aims to improve the entire agricultural supply chain from farm to market, reducing post-harvest losses, fostering closer connection between producers and consumers. By leveraging existing digital habits such as smartphone use and WhatsApp, the platform is designed by user-friendly and accessible for local farmers. As part of a broader effort to boost youth employment in agriculture, this digital approach addresses critical challenges like limited market access, lack of demand and price information, and weak distribution networks. Ultimately, this strategy transforms agricultural potential into tangible economic benefits, enhancing the competitiveness of local value chains, expanding trade opportunities, and opening new avenues for young rural entrepreneurs. In the long run, digitalization is expected to increase farmers' incomes, improve traceability, and modernize the rural economy, benefiting farmers across Africa by unlocking the full economic value of their produce. Côte d'Ivoire's incumbent President Alassane Ouattara has secured a fourth term with 89.77% of votes in the presidential election, according to Independent Electoral Commission (CEI). According to the CEI, Ouattara garnered 3,759,030 votes out of a total of 4,187,318 valid ballots cast, with voter turnout reaching 50.1% among the 8.7 million registered voters within Côte d'Ivoire and abroad. The election took place in a generally calm and peaceful atmosphere, despite some marginal and isolated incidents reported in the western, central western, and southern parts of the country, according to the CEI and electoral observation missions. Ouattara, 83, previously held the positions of the governor of the Central Bank of West African States and the deputy managing director of the International Monetary Fund. He served as the Prime Minister of Côte d'Ivoire from 1990 to 1993 and won the 2010 presidential election before officially taking office in the following year. Ouattara was re-elected in 2015 and again in 2020. In accordance with the Ivorian law, the president is elected by direct universal suffrage for a 5-year term. The final results will be proclaimed by the Constitutional Council following validation, while any candidate has 5 days to file an appeal with the Council. Namibia has launched a 5-year national sanitation and hygiene strategy aimed at ending open defecation and ensuring all households have access to safe, climate-resilient sanitation by 2027. Speaking at the launch in Katima Molilo, Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water, Inge Zamwani, said access to sanitation is a fundamental human right essential to health, the environment and economic growth. The 2022 to 2027 strategy promotes community and school-led sanitation programs, stronger local partnerships and public awareness on hygiene. Currently, about 40% of Namibian households still practice open defecation, with rates as high as 77.5% in the Zambezi region. The government aims to mobilize resources and create jobs through youth-led sanitation initiatives to improve public health nationwide. Namibia's government has recognized sanitation as a fundamental human right and a key driver of national development. The strategy promotes community programs, partnerships, and resilient infrastructure to improve hygiene, public health, and create youth employment. Ethiopia reaffirmed its leadership in sustainable water and energy development, highlighting its contribution to regional prosperity. Speaking at the second Ethiopian Water and Energy Week, Ethiopia's Deputy Prime Minister Temesgen Trune highlighted the country's progress in renewable energy, water access and green initiatives benefiting millions of citizens. Ethiopia is emerging as a regional energy hub, supplying renewable power to Djibouti, Sudan and Kenya, with plans to expand exports further.
Ethiopia is on the path to becoming the energy hub of the Horn of Africa, exporting renewable power to Djibouti, Sudan and Kenya, and soon beyond. But this is not only about power. It is about prosperity. It is about stability. It is about hope shared across borders. At the center of this vision stands the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, a symbol of our determination, our unity, and our faith in African future. The GERD is not just Ethiopia's dam, it is Africa's dam, a source of clean energy that will help our continent rise to meet the challenges of climate change and sustainable growth.
Temesgen pointed to the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam GERD as a symbol of cooperation, unity and shared regional benefits. He stressed that sustainable development of water and energy, along with securing sea access, is key to deepening trade, economic integration and collective growth across the Horn of Africa. Moving to business news, Morocco has set a target to phase out coal power by 2040 contingent on international support, while aiming to triple its renewable energy capacity to over 15 gigawatts by 2030. The country also plans to expand energy storage and upgrade its electrical grids to support a cleaner energy transition. Coal currently accounts for 59% of Morocco's electricity, down from 70% in 2022, while wind and solar now provide nearly 25% of the mix. The government has halted plans for new coal plants and is promoting large-scale solar and wind projects through auctions and public-private partnerships. Morocco's renewable energy journey began with its 2009 National Energy Strategy and has accelerated through successive commitments, including the 2021 NDC and joining the Powering Past Coal Alliance in 2023. The country aims to strengthen energy security, drive economic growth, and meet international climate commitments by scaling up renewables and gradually phasing out coal. Liberia is taking steps to unlock its agricultural potential with the European Union-funded Seeds for Liberia project, which aims to strengthen the country's seed systems and boost food security. The project, implemented in partnership with the Liberian government, focuses on developing high-quality soybean seeds and improving seed systems for other key crops such as rice, cassava, coffee and fish. For years, Liberian farmers have relied on informal seed networks, leading to poor yields and low incomes. Seeds for Liberia is addressing this by training 30 extension agents, establishing 8 farmer field schools in 5 counties, and renovating a seed testing laboratory in partnership with the Central Agricultural Research Institute, CARI. To promote climate-smart farming, the project has also introduced 6 high-performing soybean varieties at adaptation trial sites across the country. Soybean, a key source of plant-based protein, is increasingly important as Africa's soybean market is projected to grow by over 5% annually from 2025 to 2030. By improving seed quality, farmer training and policy enforcement, the Seeds for Liberia project aims to enhance food sufficiency, create jobs and build climate-resilient farming systems across Liberia. Next, let's take a look at the latest weather forecast. Before we conclude, let's remind you of the Africa We Want coverage that will come to you after the evening news today. Thank you for tuning in. Stay with us for more news and updates. Goodbye.